Holo, oh holo, won't you be mine? I'm just a fool looking for, what is up, Familia de Dinero? You caught me serenading Holo, trying to get it nice and lubricated. Excuse me, hold on. Hold on, sheesh. Alright, I settled down, my bad. I don't know where I was going with that. But welcome back, Familia de Dinero. I am your host, Champion El Dinero, and today I want to be talking about the things you might not know about Holo. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to become a champ in the Dinero family, and we're going to go ahead and read some comments from the last video. I forgot about doing this on each and every video. Before we do, let me go ahead and give you a recap on micro holograms. Today we opened up at, let's see where we opened up. We opened up at 34 cents today, and we closed at 35 cents. Yeah, we closed at 35 cents. So barely any movement. It's strange because if you look at the chart, we made significant movement on downwards to the 32 cent range, and then went as high as 39 cents today. 40 cents. We went up to 40 cents today, and then we fell right back down. Unfortunately, it was kind of telling us, nah, not today. But and after hours is going up by 1 cent. We're at 35.69. So that's going to be the recap of MicroCloud holograms. We're going to go ahead and jump into the comments from last video. So shout out to Samirs Joriski. I believe in Holo. I have 7K shares up there on 38 cents, and I'm going to get a couple more thousand. For me, it is a little risky, but very big reward. Shout out to you, BT Smith. Really liked your comment. My thoughts and speculations: it has to be something related to finalized partnership that would equate to a need for rapid production or acquisition. Otherwise, it literally looks like outright fraud / scam. Why would a company hoard massive amount of cash just to dump it and dilute shares to almost nothing with additional CNs? The RS this time around would have to be 30, 40, 50 to 1. That is just blatant, obvious, and insane if that is the case. Hey, shout out to BT Smith. I hope that you're watching again. Shout out to anybody that subscribed, and you guys are giving these in-depth kind of like conversations. We got Eric. Shout out to you. It's not a real company, and this is going to be a flip from that. It's just a trading vehicle, and certainly a rinse and repeat cycle. Owners are I'm not going to say that. They don't even pretend to be a real company. Websites crap, no information, mega dilution, the rinse and repeat cycle, but massive retail investment, so you can pump for sure. They take in hundreds of millions from dilution. Where is it? Where's the product? If you realize mindset, you'll get it. Last comment, the Odd Society. Shout out to you. You've been a huge commenter on this channel. I appreciate you. Thank you. Been watching this entire time. Thank you again. You sound like being comfortable with long on Holo, but defeated on NVIDIA. Their earnings was great. 30 billion was practically in line. People were just expecting previous earnings where they blew out expectations. It's still above 1100 pre-split price. When you build for the long term, you don't worry about shortcomings. You keep moving along like any other day. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. And you're 100% correct. Yes, I was sad about NVIDIA, but you are correct. Retrospectively, if you get in early and you hold for a long time, you don't have to worry about the bumps. Like if somebody bought holographic, their average is at 28 cents when it was at its lowest. They're sitting in a better position, say somebody that bought in at $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 on up. So they're not worried. They've seen it go up, they've seen it go down, they've seen it go up significantly, and so I've done that. That's me. And of course, I'm looking for the big whale of the whole entire thing. And of course, Warren Buffett, I've seen this, is, be fearful when others are greedy, and also be greedy when people are fearful. And yesterday, there was a lot of fear. But had you had conviction, and if you believed that the stock market was going to be on a revival, you would have gotten and doubled down on everything, especially on Holo. It was at pretty much a really good low yesterday. But NVIDIA, actually, if you guys did not know this, is that NVIDIA had not partnered but collaborated with MicroCloud Holograms. It's ChatGPT. Now I don't know how verifiable ChatGPT is, but it is stated multiple times that this has been a thing. Now back in 2018, holographic, MicroCloud holographic was actually on the rise. And then in 2020, when I believe they became public, I might be incorrect, but I'm pretty sure it's 2020. Let me double check my facts here. Max time, 2021, 2021 of August 6th, they became public. So they publicly traded for quite a while, at least for about a year, fell off, and then they had these random bumps. On top of that, they had a deal that perpetuated their stock and rose it up by working with BYD. Now, why isn't the stock actually sustaining and staying there? Well, maybe they were actually just taking the money in order to build a big structure to sell off, or to get exactly like BT Smith had mentioned, to get acquired. So that's a possibility. And possibly that, with this acquisition, we have a lot more eyes to the stock. But I'm going to tell you one thing that we know for sure, is that it can go down. So a lot of people want to complain that it's a scam, that it's a fraud company, and they have money in this company. I do not understand that. I do not understand how you can have money sitting in what you believe to be a fraud company that shows that they have partnered up with BYD, which is an electric vehicle company who has recently partnered with Uber. Now, there's a lot of things that I got to say that MicroCloud Holo is one of the weirdest stocks I've ever seen. One of the weirdest stocks I've ever seen. And I'm not a financial advisor, so do what you want with your money. And you will lose money in the stock market. But I have to say this. They have ties with NVIDIA. They have ties with BYD. And now they have ties with Uber. They are a holographic CMS system company. And so for some reason, this small company that's been popping up randomly is still in the hands of some of these multi-million-dollar companies, even billion-dollar companies. So why is this stock like this? Now, it is this could be a subsidiary, or they're funneling the money to subsidiaries. That is a possibility, and that is not a good thing. But it's an investor, right? Let's just say you're a day trader and you day trade this. I think you could actually make just as much as somebody that does a pop, because it is so volatile for people right now that it's a great time. A lot of people are looking to short it. I mean, honestly, it's a perfect time to short it. As much as people are upset about the shorting, well, it's like a battle uphill. You'll never quite get to the top unless you are the best. So you have to train, and you have to train hard and prepare and build up that capital to show that you are worth something. And unfortunately, MicroCloud Holographic has not shown substantial amount of evidence to say that they are worth what they are. So they could be severely undervalued, like one of the most undervalued companies ever to be placed on the map. But without communication, we are lost. I say this over and over again. We can get a rally, but that does not change this company. Listen, I would love a pop, but I also want this company to be successful. I want the person that was hating on this company, saying that this is a scam, I want them to prove them wrong. Why? Because a lot of people undervalue certain things. People thought Apple was nothing and it was a penny stock. People thought that many other companies that are huge today was an absolute penny stock. You know, NVIDIA started off in 2023 like $2-3. Had you got in by then, you would have had millions today. So play the long round. You know, there's certain factors in my life that I would like it to pop off. I would love things to pop off. But honestly, you have to make other moves too. You can't just rely on one thing, because if you do, you get distracted by other good things. Look, I mentioned applied DNA sciences, and I'm not a financial advisor. I mentioned applied DNA sciences, right? And I said, hey, you know, this company 2x'd 200%. Had I had the same conviction that I did for MicroCloud Holograms, I would have been sitting at $2,000 or $2, $3, $4, $20,000. I don't know. However much I put into that stock, because it literally had went up. Now it's not even done. If you're interested in that video, you can check it out here on the page. But it's not even done. So when it comes down to MicroCloud Holograms, I love that comment. The Odd Society. Shout out to you, and I think you're subscribed. Thank you so much for your perspective on that. Because if you play the long game, you're better than the person that's trying to play the short game. I'm not a day trader. I'm not a day trader. I am a swing trader. I look at companies that I find of interest. I invest in them, hold on it, sell it. And if I think it's a long play like NVIDIA, I'm not worried about the price going up and down. Now, if you're playing with margins, then yeah, you would have to be worried. But I'm not worried about that because I own that stock. Goes down to 90, that's an opportunity. Goes down to 110, that's an opportunity. Goes up to 130, I'm up. Okay? Follow me on X, Champion Trucker. And also follow me on my Instagram. I post like funny stuff and whatnot. I post memes of Holo on that on X, and it gets quite a bit of traction. But when it comes down to the idea, I'm bringing this up. The next comment that I had was, you know, it could be acquisition. Honestly, it could. I mean, we have Uber that went over to BYD saying, hey, we want to partner with you. We need more vehicles. We have an idea. So then that lines up for any kind of, look, NVIDIA is the core. They're the ones that make these graphics cards. They make these chips. They do all this stuff, right? But they have a Taiwanese company that creates does a lot of stuff for them. They have a lot of other things like Palantir, all these other little stocks that aren't nowhere near as big as NVIDIA. Now, you might have BYD, who is the biggest. I can't really find their stock, but you have BYD or Uber themselves as the biggest stock, and then they have the small little stocks that are, you know, powerhousing the things that keep Uber going or BYD going. So maybe MicroCloud Hologram is just the beginning of this. We're getting a lot more self-driving cars. So with that being said, we're gonna need CMS systems. We're going to need holographic things that are specialized for vehicles in the future. And if MicroCloud Holograms, which I believe is actually supplying it, they might have to gear up. They're ready. They're like, okay, you know, we're getting prepared. Our financials are all in a duck in a row in order to bring this to this company. We're going to get acquired, or we're acquiring a company. So we can show that, hey, you know what? We're going to take this business. We're going to build it up. So this is the news that we can have. It is on the positive side, but again, I am an investor in this company. I want the best. I can't come on here and I can tell you that not everything looks bad. I'm gonna tell you 100%, everything looks bad. But one thing I can say is that what if all this bad leads up to one thing that's good? That's it, one thing that's good, and that's communication. That's all we need. News September. That's it. I've been saying this. As much as I want it to happen on August, I've never said that it's going to happen in August. I've never said it's going to happen tomorrow. I said we need one thing to happen. News. Point blank, that's it. You know, Roaring Kitty could come back up out of his grave and say, hey, I'm back, boys. Let's go ahead and run the rally. It might drive it up. But the thing is that still doesn't fix the MicroCloud Hologram situation. Holo. News, communication, and earnings. What is going on? That's it. Once we get that down, you can start. We can really be talking. But right now, all we're doing is just we're just talking right out of our booty holes. That's it. Because unless we get communication from somebody directly over there, stop thinking it's gonna take off tomorrow. When you got news, let me know. That's it. Communicate, let me know. I've got people on Twitter. Oh, look, it's going to rebound. It does not matter. It does not matter. It's always been about communication. Nothing's going to go without it. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch all of you champs in the next one. Peace, family.